A child's death in Washington Parish last weekend has awakened the ghosts of tragedies past. February 2012 was the first horrific scene. Homeowner Reggie Griffith and his girlfriend April Gailey slept, while Gailey's 13-year-old daughter had 4 other girls and 3 boys stay the night. Witnesses told police it was about 6 a.m. when 2 of the boys pointed Griffith's guns at each other in the kitchen. One of the boys ran to get Gailey's daughter.
He runs in my room and starts screaming, "Get up, get up!" You know, he's like, "He's dead, he's dead." He's like, "There's blood everywhere," and I'm like, "Oh my God, what?"
Police never determined how, but 14-year-old Brett Whitner was shot behind the right ear with a long barrel rifle. Gailey's daughter told police she ran in to find Brett slumped over the rifle.
I got to kind of lift his head up, and I just saw a big old hole and crap, and I was like, okay, time to go get my mom now.
Witnesses said Griffith had left the guns out in the kitchen unloaded, but with these boxes of ammo close by. At 6:36 a.m., Gailey called 911.
911, what is your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. I have a young man that's about 14, 15 years old. That just woke up. He was playing one of our shotguns and shot himself.
Gailey's daughter told sheriff's detectives that Brett was acting erratically all night. She said she'd just broken the news to Brett that she was pregnant.
And he ran outside and got a metal bat, my baseball bat, and started hitting a tree with it.
A few months later, that girl gave birth to a baby boy. Last Friday, that boy, now 13, went to his neighbor's house to shoot pellet guns off the back porch.
The whole thing is just tragic. The whole thing is tragic.
Washington Parish Sheriff Jason Smith describes what happened next.
The boy went forward to the firing line to pick up a pistol. It was a little CO2 pistol. So the other boy kind of turned to shoot at a target on his left, and because there's a cracked barrel, he cracks the barrel, and he's looking down, he's not paying attention to what goes on. He comes up, he fires at the target, and right as he pulls the trigger, in his field of view comes his friend who was setting up another target.
Smith says the pellet hit the boy in the neck, hitting his carotid artery. Griffith was the boy's legal guardian. He rushed him to the hospital, but it was too late. What can you say about that situation and the fact that this is happening again?
I mean, my heart just goes out to everybody involved. These are 2 very tragic circumstances.
13 years ago, Griffith was the only person at the house when Brett was shot who was not interviewed by detectives. He later testified under oath in a civil case that he had moved the gun before police arrived. Some of the other children's parents wanted him prosecuted for endangerment, including Brett's mother, Donna Whitner. He was never charged.
He had loaded guns sitting out for unsupervised children.
Smith didn't become sheriff until last year. On his first day in office, he reopened the case and had Brett's remains exhumed after our investigation raised new questions, but the cause of Brett's death remains undetermined. And Smith says the connection to this latest tragedy is just an awful coincidence.
My kids have access to pellet guns. I think we're in Washington Parish where there's lots of kids at that age that have access to those types of weapons. Is there a risk? Certainly. There's a risk in anything we do. This is just a freak accident that it's just a terrible tragedy.
And it's just a coincidence that this happens to be the same child that his mother was pregnant that night as a 13-year-old 13 years ago.
Yeah, I don't see anything that those 2 issues are just not related other than the location and some of the people that are involved.
April Gailey died in 2020. Griffith's current wife told us he declined to comment. David Hammer, WWL, Louisiana.
And to see all of David's investigations into the Whitner family, make sure to download our WWL Plus streaming app for your television. You can watch for free.